I said, yep. You already know what it is. Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And today's video is going to be based on a question I got from one of my female Instagram followers. And the question was, do men forgive women for cheating? Interesting. Well, I'm gonna answer the question. To give you a legitimate answer based on what I've seen and people that I know personally, because me myself, I never had to deal with this situation. I'm going to say mostly no, but that's not to say that men never forgive a woman for cheating. Now, the dudes that do forgive women for cheating, it's usually a guy that has what? You already know my favorite thing to say, a scarcity mindset. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can get. You know you can't really get anybody else, so you settle for someone who is unfaithful. Like I said before, men with scarcity mindsets get what they can, not who they want. That's the only man I can really think of off bat that would forgive a woman for cheating. A man who is self-respecting or is high value, more than likely he's not going to forgive that woman and is going to move on to the next. Like, I'm not going to deal with this bullshit. Or another one I left out, a man that does forgive a woman for cheating is a man that has guilt for being in the wrong himself. That one I didn't think about. I said, I actually know somebody that was in this situation years ago. He was sticking and moving, pretty much fucking everything that walks, right? His woman stepped out on him one time that we know of, and he actually forgave her. And he forgave her because of guilt. Now, that's not to say that a lot of other men that move the same way is going to do the same thing. I'll say most guys is like, I can sleep around, you can't. But he himself, he felt so guilty, over time. It was like, fuck it, it is what it is. Like basically a tank, maybe I deserve moment. Maybe I deserve. That's what I'm saying. It was that kind of moment, basically. But yeah, that's the only men I can think of that forgive women for cheating, is guys that have low value or no self-respect, or men that suffer from guilt for cheating themselves. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the only guys, really, that would forgive a woman and take her back. Now, the other way around, women definitely forgive men for cheating more often than not. And once again, that's that biological programming kicking in. It's a guy who is highly coveted. You have a man that every woman wants. So that automatically raises his value. As crazy as it sounds, I said a man that's able to stick and move, that makes him more appealing because other women want him. It's like, I got the best of the best. I got the cream of the crop. If I'm with a guy that no woman wants, whatever, it's like, they don't want him, I don't want him either. It's like women have that Borg mindset, like moving like robots. I said, once one moves that way, the rest of them follow suit. I said that's the craziest thing to me. But women are more willing to forgive a guy than vice versa. I said men, once again, it's that covenant before a relationship is established. A woman has exclusivity to a man's resources and money, right? Men have exclusivity to a woman's body. Once again, indirect prostitution. But it is what it is. It's been working like that since the beginning of time, right? The equivalent of cheating to a woman that is willing to forgive, which apparently tends to be the majority, is a man spending money on another woman. I said, well, at least, like recklessly. I'm saying if he takes another woman out to eat, fine, whatever. Even if it's a 5-star restaurant that he can afford easily, whatever. If he buys her a fucking car, if he buys her a Bentley or a new fucking house, that's cheating to a woman. Once again, you're giving access to the money I'm entitled to. Right? Now, look at it from a man's perspective. You're giving access to another man, the body that is meant for me. That's the agreement. That's the agreement, and you broke it. So I can't take you back. You let another man enter your box. I can't forgive you for that. If you get pregnant by this guy, I can't forgive you for that. That's what I'm saying. Men, it's like, no. It's a violation. Now, some women, they'll feel the same way. Like, he's cheating, so that feels like a violation too. But it's not the same thing. And I know you hear a lot of guys in the manosphere say that women cheat, men have sex. And that's exactly what that means. I'm trying to break it down. Now, then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but more than likely I'm right. That's what men mean by that. When they say women cheat, men have sex. Because that's our biological imperative, is to sleep with as many women as possible. Now, I'm not going to condone that if you're in a committed long-term relationship, especially if you're married, unless you have a sister wife or a poly thing going, fine. But I'm saying, but if you're a guy that has vowed to be monogamous and you break that, then yeah, I get it. But that's just the way things work. I said women don't care about men cheating as long as the woman isn't getting access to the money she's entitled to and he's not showing her off. He's not in public with her, at least to the point where it's noticeable. Like somebody caught a video of your man with another woman or a picture of your man with another woman. You know what I mean? Like that's like where the line gets crossed. I'm saying as long as everything is under wraps. And oh yeah, also if the man doesn't fall in love with her. If she's just a body, fine, whatever. Did you protect yourself? You didn't knock her up? Okay, cool. Everything is fine. I said, but if all those other things come into play, that's when things get fucked up. I'm saying if you knock this woman up, if you're showing her off in public, you're spending a crazy amount of money on her, that's when a woman is less likely to forgive you. But if you're just fucking another woman, it's like, whatever. Like Jay-Z. I mean, I was just fucking them girls. I was going to get right back. That's one of the realest lines ever. I swear that's one of the realest lines ever. But yeah, that's how it is. I'm saying it's not the same thing. A woman cheating and a man cheating, as crazy as it sounds, is two different things. And I'm not trying to be misogynistic or being gender biased. I'm not trying to be all that. I'm just telling you the real. You want the real answer, right? I'm giving it to you. I said the person that asked the question, but just everyone in general. That's just the way things work. That's just the way things work. And it's been like that since the beginning of time, and it will continue to be like that. Like I said, men on average don't forgive women for cheating. It's a violation. It's a violation. Now, you can say it's a violation on both sides, which is fair, but it's not as impactful. I'm saying when a man cheats. It doesn't hit as hard. Yes, it's foul. Yes, it's a a form of betrayal? I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to say it's not, but like I said, the way men and women are wired mentally, that's just the way it is. I'm saying men get a pass and women don't. Just like being promiscuous. Period. Even if you're single, a woman that sleeps around, she's not going to be seen in a positive light. Not as much as a man that does. And we already discussed that numerous times on this channel. The reason why. But if I need to reiterate, once again, women get shamed because they don't have to work for sex. Men get celebrated because they have to work for sex. That's why the double standard exists. And you can apply this to cheating. A woman can fuck any and every guy she wants. So her cheating is more reckless in comparison. Whereas a man, I had to earn that body. I had to earn that woman giving me the privilege of getting that wop. You don't have to earn a man's privilege to buff his dick off. You don't have to do that. That's why it's not the same when you look at it that way. Like I said, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this video. I know I am. But I'm just telling you exactly how a lot of men and women think. They're not going to tell you this, but they don't have to because they show it with their action. Hence the subject of this video. Do men forgive women for cheating? On average, no. Mostly no. Those are the only two exceptions I can really think of. There's a guy that has low value or a dude that has cheated so much, if his woman gets one, it's like, hey, like, I gotta eat that. Now that's one thing I gotta bring up. I said if anything but before closing off this video. That's one thing I gotta bring up. When it comes to the guy that has a sense of guilt and his woman cheats, it has to be with somebody that he's not too familiar with, i.e. a family member or a friend, best friend in particular. Now, if you fuck the guy's best friend or his brother or cousin or dad or something crazy like that, nah, man, that's major. But a woman that's been cheated on numerous times will consider doing something like that. It's like, okay, this guy has slept with like 20 different women. I gotta at least get that one body. I gotta get that one body that's really gonna sting. And what better than? Revenge is sweet, right? Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. In this case, revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting dick. I said for them. That's it. That's why a lot of people till this day still debate if Faith Evans fucked Tupac or not. Now, she's going to take that shit to the grave. Like I said, yeah, she'll say that she didn't, but all of us don't believe that shit. The majority of us don't. Why? Because it would be justified if she did. Biggie was fucking everything. You know what I mean? I said he raps about it all the fucking time. He raps about it. He was living it. He's a player. You know what I mean? That's it. He was fucking a whole bunch of women. So who better than? Who better than Pac for her to get revenge with? You know what I mean? You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. Like I said, that's the most disrespectful line in hip hop history. Next to 50 Cent on Back Down. You little dirty ass kids, I'll fucking erase them. That's the most disrespectful line because you brought somebody's kids in it. You know what I mean? Like I said, with Tupac, that was just a one-up, though. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife, and I believe him. I believe him. And come on, when it comes down to it, if you put Pac and Biggie in front of most women, who you think they're going to fold for? Ladies love me long time like Tupac soul. But that's what I'm saying. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Faith Evans fucked Tupac. And I don't care what nobody says. I've been believing it from the get-go, and I will continue to believe it. She's not going to say nothing about it because that would tarnish her image. But we already know. But like I said, but a lot of us, we would be like, I want to say cool with it, but we would be accepting of it. We would be accepting of it because it would make sense for her to fuck Tupac. Now, I'm saying he was like Biggie's arch enemy at the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only time it really hits. If Faith Evans fucked another guy, Biggie probably wouldn't trip like that. I say he started slamming doors and shit because you fucked his arch enemy. That's where it hits. That's the only time a man that has guilt wouldn't forgive a woman. Otherwise, possibly. But break's about to be over. Southpaw Slick. I'm out.